Hey guys and girls, it's Max B here, and I've got on the other end of the line Goulburn pop superstar Isy Cappo. Isy, congratulations on your back-to-back chart success.
Hey, thank you. So glad to be here once again with you, Max. I'm so excited to have a chat about everything. So yeah, I'm excited.
Let's get stuck in. How did it feel watching Skimming the Surface hit #1 recently, just a few weeks after Tell Me More?
That was insane. Crazy memory. I think I was out. It was like a Saturday night or a Friday night, and I was out, and I was like, "Yo, Skimming the Surface just hit #1," and I was just like posting on my Instagram story all about it whilst I'm in an Uber on going somewhere. So it was a surreal moment, and I'm just happy that everyone's enjoying it on Atomic. So yeah.
That's awesome, and it's good to hear that you're enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
Hitting up the clubs.
Yeah.
Sitlaf or somewhere in the lost and found. It's your debut EP. How does it feel now that this body of work is out in the world?
Surreal, very special. Hasn't fully hit yet because I obviously played a gig the same night that it came out, so it was fun. It's been fun. It's been very well received. I'm just very grateful that everyone's been enjoying it. I've heard many great reviews from friends and fans, and yeah, it feels pretty surreal. I'm very happy that it's out. Yeah.
And you got a spotlight on Triple J. Is that what I saw recently?
Yeah, I got my first play on Triple J with Skimming the Surface, which is surreal. And I only found out like an hour before it happened, so I was running around trying to, I put a full face of makeup on at like 9 p.m. just to film my reaction, and the whole family was invested and they were in on the video, and I don't know, that was a big moment for me. So yeah, it was very fun. I enjoyed that as well.
Awesome. You recorded obviously across 3 continents, US, Bali, and Australia.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find each of those different places shapes the emotional tone of the sound?
The place will change, but I was staying the same, not to, well, am I a lyricist? That was crazy, that rhyme. It definitely did shape the way the EP itself sounds. I think you can hear some of the influences, not from just the location, but the producers that were on the different tracks.
Sure, yeah.
Recommended to stick with one producer for an EP or a body of work, but I've been complimented on how my sound kind of stayed the same with each producer, which I am very grateful for. But yeah, I think it all definitely influenced the EP. High wouldn't have been creative if I didn't go to Cabo at all. So yeah, it's had a big influence on it, and I'm just very grateful to travel for my music, which is great as well.
I think it's important that you have like a single master engineer for every track. Did you have a single master engineer?
Yeah. Same with my mixing engineer. I think there was only one track that was mixed by a different mixing engineer. His name's Robbie Desar. He did a great job. He was the mixing engineer on Dance Floor, and then all the rest are with Mr. Jordan Leonard in Ultimo, which is really cool. And I think he's actually in Five Dog. Changed my mind. And yeah, then Ben Fagans gets sent all the masters. Ben Fagans actually recommended me to Jordan, so it's kind of full circle, which is really cool. Ben Fagans has been mastering my stuff since Always Her, so he's been doing that for years for me, which I'm very grateful to work with him, and he still sends them back and says that he enjoys my stuff. So yeah, I agree.
Okay, and you've mentioned this surreal moment in Cabo that helped crystallize the theme of the EP. Can you take us back to that moment?
Yeah, well, it was the first time I've traveled to Bali a couple times now. I was like, okay, 6-hour flight, not too bad. Traveling to the US and Cabo was so surreal. I mean, America as a whole, you just feel like you're on a movie set 24/7 because that's where all the big movies come from. You know, I was staying in LA for a while.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, it just it feels like a movie set, all of it. You know, even when you go to Universal Studios and then you go back to just like a normal street in LA, you're like, I feel like I'm still in Universal Studios. So yeah, going to Cabo, it just, yeah, being so far away from home for the first time ever. That was the furthest I've ever been away from home. Yeah, it just felt very out of body for me. I also got sick, like a stomach ache from, I think, something I drank. I think it was like a hibiscus tequila or something rather. And I was allergic to hibiscus whilst I was over there. So random side quest there. But it just, yeah, I just wasn't feeling as involved with all the writing I was doing as I would normally be in all these writing retreats that I come to. So yeah, and then it was, I think, one of the last days of the camp, High was created, and I was just sitting there and I was like, you know, when you just don't feel yourself, you feel off, kind of feel hungover. Not that I was drinking that much, come on now, but I was like, I just don't feel myself. And then someone was like, let's just write about that. Let's just go into that. I had this two great co-writers, Jess Carraza and Jessie Heaney as well, and they were just it was just a very honest and open session, which was great. It was just all these things are just, the whole lyric of it all is, you know, everything's going wrong, you're stuck in the mud, and, you know, you're somewhere in the lost and found, you don't know where you really are with yourself and with the world, which is really cool as well. Cool way of saying it. And yeah, you know, there's another story to that song about the whole reason it's called High, and you're like, I might need a remedy to get me out of here. But I think the main thing was, it was the final peak of writing all last year, and that lyric, somewhere in the lost and found, really stuck with me. It's like, that really just describes the last 2 years of my life, especially with writing, and just coming out of high school's a weird transition for anyone as well. And it's like, where do you put yourself in life as a person, you know, and as an adult, trying to grow into that is really weird. So yeah, I think somewhere in the lost and found, just as a sentence for me, really just sums up where I've been. I've been kind of lost, I've been kind of found, I've been traveling the world, I've been at home, I've been moving to Sydney, moving back to Goulburn. It's just, I've been moving a lot, and I've kind of found myself through all that movement. So that's, it was a long story short, that's exactly what.
It's a great title for an EP. Like, you know, obviously there's lost and found boxes in high schools and public pools and things, but like,
yeah,
for me personally, I haven't thought about lost and found as a term for like so long, and yeah, it's definitely elicits a lot of sentimentality.
Yeah, it's also a fun way, there's also a fun visual that comes along with that for me personally, like especially the EP cover, being surrounded by a butt ton of clothes, you know, like you're in a lost and found box as well. I thought that was something really cool to play on with the whole music video that is coming out next week, which is very exciting. No, this week, it's Monday, hello. So yeah, so it was just a fun visual to kind of base everything off as well. So yeah, it kind of all worked out really nicely. All on this little brain up here.
So I wanna talk about Aidan Hogg and Ryan Harvey, these two heavy-hitting producers you worked with this time around. What was it like collaborating with those guys?
They feel like worlds away, because Skimming the Surface was actually the first song I wrote for this EP, and that happened, I think, May last year, and he saw me at a really random time as well. Same with Ryan, because Ryan worked on High, and that was the last track that finalized this EP for me. Skimming the Surface, I came off a 6-hour flight to Bali, and they threw me in a session. They were like, "Ooh, make a song." I said, "Whoa, like let me breathe, guys, come on." It was the longest session I've ever done. It was 8 hours. We were just stuck in there. There were so many people that were coming in to help as well. A lot of just A&Rs and stuff as well were coming in to kind of help us through that journey. So yeah, he did see me at a weird point in my life, but at the end of the camp, because they go for a week, we kind of came to a mutual understanding. He's like, yo, I actually love your sound, and he really enjoyed making Skimming the Surface, and also just contacting each other whilst he was in the States and I was in Australia. He was just really nice and knew how to kind of work at that as well. Like the different time zones really messed that kind of stuff up, but we made it work, which was really cool. And then, yeah, Ryan Harvey, he's worked with some incredible artists like Leon Bridges, and it was just an honor to work with him. I know a lot of my artist friends, when they go to the US for like weeks of writing, they work with him quite frequently. And yeah, just the way he goes about recording is so cool. He wants to be experimental. He wants to try new things. And I knew that before going in with him. And I started the references for this song were crazy. I think there was stuff from The Fifth Dimension and like Jamiroquai as well. So yeah, we started off on a really crazy scale, and then I was like, okay, I'm getting overstimulated. Let me just like down a little bit. Yeah, and then it's definitely a track that the demo is completely different to the final master that you guys are hearing now. And that was because he was so consistent and so happy to just collaborate through the different time zones once again. Like through a bunch of different rounds of demos, he got in live instruments as well. He let his little dog, I don't know if you've listened to the track fully, but there's a part where his dog is like barking in the background.
I'm gonna have to listen out for that.
Yeah. Shout out Buffy the dog. Yeah, he's just really fun to work with. So that was just a really good way to end off the EP as well. So yeah, it was an incredible experience working with both of them. Yeah.
I hope Puffy got mentioned in the credits.
Oh, he is. He definitely is mentioned in the credits.
Good.
Yeah. He had to barter him down from like his original price. You know, he's a very expensive dog to work with when it comes to music. So he had to like negotiate terms with him, and yeah, he was originally asking for 50% of the cut, and you know, Ryan had to break him down a bit. So you know, we're all good now.
I'm glad that a deal was reached. Yeah,
I agree.
Which of the tracks do you think feels most vulnerable for yourself personally?
Oh, I feel like Skimming the Surface, lyrically wise, is quite personal. Not that I took a lot of inspiration from other people that were in the session. A lot of the lyrics aren't tailored towards my personal life, but I know that they are quite personal to some of the co-writers that were on the track. But the more I've listened to it back, obviously, because I've been listening to it for over a year now, unreleased, I'm like, yo, I was speaking facts that I didn't even know about myself at the time. I was like, did I manifest some of this stuff to come true? Kind of crazy. But I find that song really special as well because the beat is so uplifting and it's like, yeah, we're happy. It's a summer song. And then if you genuinely listen to the lyrics and read them, you're like, oh, is this girl okay?
Sorry, which song was that?
Skimming the Surface.
Skimming the Surface, okay.
Yeah. It's one of those songs that like you feel happy whilst listening to it and you listen to the lyrics and you go, oh, it's not actually a really happy song. Bit of a, what do they call that? Where it's like perpendicular to one another. Yeah. So I'd say that one for sure.
There you go, guys and girls. Give that one a listen.
Give it another spin.
Were there any unexpected influences or artists that snuck into your process?
Not any unexpected. I feel I always grabbed a lot of, maybe Jamiroquai. I think that for the last track, and you can kind of tell, like from the rest of the EP, that last track, High, is definitely a bit different. But I was bumping Jamiroquai for a couple months last year, and I was like, you know what? I'm listening to them for a reason. Obviously, I should use them as a reference. And I've always loved that funkier kind of genre as well, especially for myself. So it really worked out well. But for all the other tracks, definitely more that R&B. I tried to grab onto SZA's style of writing and Frank Ocean a little bit. A bit of Ariana Grande as well when it came to the vocal prod for some of the songs. But yeah, I think Jamiroquai was probably the one that was a bit of a skirt over to the funk side. So yeah.
All right, tell us about the launch show.
It was really
Go
fun.
down.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was at the Trocadero Room in Sydney, which was really cool, in Enmore, Sydney. I'm really bad at locations, sorry. That's why I'm somewhere in the lost and found, because I don't know where I'm going sometimes. Yeah, so it was at the Trocadero Room. I was actually the main support act for Jazzy Dale, which is a friend of mine. We've been at multiple camps over the past year. We've always been in the same place at the same time, and she just really wanted someone else that matched her energy to support her. And I was like, yo, this is really cool. It's actually the same day that I released my EP, so I'm kind of going to make it a bit of an EP showcase. And she's like, yeah, go for it.
Just commandeered the whole.
I was like, I know this is your gig, but I'm going to make it. No, she was so down for it. She's like, I kind of had a feeling that was going to end up happening. She was like, so go for it. You make it your own. You know, you've got 30 minutes on stage. You do your thing. And the way the crowd received that whole EP, some of them knew the lyrics already, which was insane. I was singing songs and they already knew the lyrics. It was just, I felt very grateful, very loved. I've never performed for a crowd that had that much energy yet in my career, so it was an amazing night with some amazing people. I can't say any other words. I was speechless half the time whilst I was performing my set. I was like, how do you guys know these lyrics? It came out this morning. What's going on? So yeah, very grateful for that gig.
That's awesome. It sounds like there might be more long form releases coming up from yourself.
I think so. I think it's kind of worth it.
Do you have an album in the works?
Not at the moment. I am writing another. I think I'm just going to stick to the EPs once a year for now. And if not EPs, definitely keeping up with the singles, because a single a month gets quite addicting, I will say. I was actually saying to my mamager, Isy Cappo, shout out to the Queen. I was like, I haven't felt really down this year, because normally winter is a time where you just feel like real mellow and you're just like, I wish summer was back. I'm like, I haven't felt this year. Winter's been okay. And she goes, been releasing a song once a month during winter. I went, So I might just keep that up.
Remedy to the seasonal blues.
Yeah. You're feeling down during winter, boom, it's another song,
Okay, so for someone who's just discovering Somewhere in the Lost and Found, what's one lyric or moment or feeling that you hope they take away?
Yeah, and that it's okay to just not know who you are and where you are, especially when you're like going into your 20s, like late teens to early 20s. It's okay not to know where you are and where you should be at. I feel like there's, especially in this generation and this time of everyone's lives, I guess, everyone's very easy to compare. The social media kind of adds that comparison to each other. It's okay not to know where you should be. This is a time for discovery in your life. You should be trying new things and flying to new places and doing what you love and doing things that can challenge you. So I think that's the whole purpose of it. Like, it's okay to be somewhere in the lost and found. It's okay to have messy relationships. It's okay to feel bogged up. It's okay to feel loose. That's basically it.
Amen. Isy Cappo, thanks for joining me on Atomic Radio. It's been lovely, as always, chatting to you.
Stop. No, yeah, genuinely, I can't thank you enough, Max, for the amount of support and effort you put into not only my artistry, but Atomic as a whole and all the artists that are on there. So thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Till next time.